Douglas Osborne. Doug McClure was an American actor whose career in film and television extended from the 1950s to the 1990s. He is best known for his role as the cowboy Trampas during the entire run from 1962 to 1971 of the NBC Western television series, The Virginian, loosely based on the Owen Wister novel. Background: McClure was born in Glendale, California. His English mother, Clara Elsie, had moved to the United States from her native United Kingdom in 1915, when her widowed mother married an American, Frank S. Ottman. Clara Barker was naturalized as an American citizen in 1918, and married Irish-American Donald Reed McClure in 1929. Donald and Clara were parents to Donald Reed McClure, Jr. and then Doug. The widow Clara would marry Frank Clapp in 1971. Career: McClure's acting career included such films as The Enemy Below, The Unforgiven, and Because They're Young, before landing the part of Trampas on the Virginian, a part that would make him famous. He also starred in 4 other series, as Frank Flippin on NBC's Western, Overland Trail, with co-star William Bendix, as Jed Sills on the CBS detective series Checkmate opposite Anthony George as Don Corey and Sebastian Cabot as Dr. Carl Hyatt, as C.R. Grover in the sci-fi detective series Search, in which he rotated the lead with Hugh O'Brien and Anthony Franciosa as a high-tech probe agent, and, in the series Out of This World as Mayor Carl Applegate. McClure had a minor part in 1957 as an Army officer in California Gold Rush in reverse on the syndicated anthology series Death Valley Days. The episode is a dramatization of the race in 1848 between the Army and the Navy to be the first to deliver gold nuggets from California to Washington, D.C. In 1958 and 1959 McClure appeared in 3 episodes of the syndicated Western series 26 Men, Stories of the Arizona Rangers. He appeared as Adam Davis in 1959 in the episode The Court Martial of Trooper Davis of another syndicated Western series, Mackenzie's Raiders, starring Richard Carlson and set in Southwest Texas. McClure was in the 3rd episode Mr. Denton on Doomsday, of CBS's The Twilight Zone. Then in 1962, he was cast as Trampas in NBC's The Virginian. His co-stars throughout the series were James Drury, Roberta Shaw, Lee J. Cobb, Randy Boone, Gary Clark, Clu Gulaga, Diane Rota, Charles Bickford, Sarah Lane, Tim Matheson, Jeanette Nolan, and John McIntyre. After the show ended in 1971, McClure was slated to co-star with Bette Davis in the series about a parolee assisting a judge, played by Davis, by doing detective work. The pilot, produced and written by the prolific team of Richard Levinson and William Link, failed to generate interest in the series and was released as a telemovie under the title The Judge and Jake Wyler. McClure starred in science fiction films such as At the Earth's Core, The Land That Time Forgot and The People That Time Forgot, all 3 based on the novels of Edgar Rice Burroughs. In 1967, he played the Errol Flynn role in a remake of Against All Flags titled The King's Pirate. He was cast in the lead in 3 World War II adventures, The Longest 100 Miles, The Birdman and State of Division, also known as Death Race. In the 1970s and 1980s, McClure appeared in commercials for Hamm's Beer. In 1994, McClure was awarded a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for television at 7065 Hollywood Boulevard. It was unveiled in what was his final public appearance. Death: on February 5, 1995, McClure died from lung cancer in Sherman Oaks, California. Only 59, McClure had been a lifelong smoker. He is interred at Woodlawn Memorial Cemetery, in Santa Monica, California. McClure was married to his 5th wife at the time of his death, and was also survived by daughter Tana Copyright from his first marriage, and daughter Valerie from his 4th marriage. McClure was divorced 4 times, including twice while he was performing on The Virginian. Other information: the character of Troy McClure on The Simpsons was designed after him along with the late Troy Donahue. Mike Race, executive producer of The Simpsons, said that Doug McClure's daughter informed him that Doug was a big fan of The Simpsons. She said that while watching an episode Doug saw the character Troy McClure on the show and said, "Are they making fun of me?" Doug said he thought the parody was funny and his daughters would call him Troy McClure behind his back as a joke. He also had a cameo role as a poker player in the 1994 movie remake of Maverick. Selected filmography: The Enemy Below, Gidget, The Unforgiven, Because They're Young, The Lively Set, Shenandoah, Beau Geste, The King's Pirate, The Longest 100 Miles, Nobody's Perfect, Backtrack, Terror in the Sky, Playmates, The Judge and Jake Weiler, State of Division also known as Death Race, Hellhounds of Alaska, What Changed Charlie Farthing, The Bananas Boat, The Land That Time Forgot, At the Earth's Core, SST, Death Flight, The People That Time Forgot, Warlords of Atlantis, Wild and Woolly, The Rebels PT2 of the Kent Family Chronicles, Humanoids from the Deep, Firebird 2015 AD. The House Where Evil Dwells, Cannonball Run 2, 52 Pickup, Omega Syndrome, Prime Suspect, Tapeheads, Dark Before Dawn, Battling for Baby, Dead Man's Revenge, Maverick, Riders in the Storm, Other Television Roles, Riverboat Corporal Jenkins in the Face of Courage, U.S. Marshal Bruce Williams in The Threat, Twilight Zone Gunslinger, Coronado 9A Jimmy Hogan The Widow of Kill Cove, Hennessy Seaman Davis in Angel Face, Johnny Midnight Rice in Mother's Boy, Overland Frank Flippin, Checkmate Jed Sills, The Virginian Trampas, The Longest 100 Miles, Escape of the Birdman, Barbary Costa Cash Conova, Satan's Triangle Lieutenant J. Haig, Searcher Sia Grover, Roots Jemmy Brent, The Fall Guy 5 episodes, Murder, She Wrote, Steal Me a Story, Out of This World Mayor Carl Applegate, Matlock, The Outcast Elliot Jones, In the Heat of the Night, Time's Long Shadow, The Gambler Returns, The Luck of the Draw. References. External links: Doug McClure at the Internet Movie Database, http www.movies.com. Doug McClure 281785, http www.bryantstravintheatre.com dougmclure.html, http www.buckskins.com /McClure's_trampas.htm